Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of Forsaken, a game that's got all the heart-pounding chase and strategy of Dead by Daylight, but with its own unique spin. If you're looking for the perfect killer or survivor to dominate the game, you've come to the right place. We're breaking down all the characters, ranking them based on their abilities and playstyle, so you can make the best choice for your next round. Whether you're trying to survive the killer or hunt down your prey, we've got the ultimate tier list to help you figure out who's top tier and who might need a little more work. In this video, we'll go through the highs and lows of each character in Forsaken, so you don't have to waste time figuring out which one fits your playstyle. From powerful killers that can turn the tables in an instant to survivors who can outsmart even the deadliest hunters, we've got it all covered. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly who you should be picking to climb the ranks and leave your competition in the dust. Let's get started. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Forsaken. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Let's start with the killers first. The killers in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, John Doe. Alright, let's talk about John Doe in Forsaken. He's a bit of a tricky one. On paper, he's got some neat abilities, but he's not exactly the fastest character out there. His main strength? Revealing survivors' auras. This makes him pretty dangerous when it comes to tracking down those who think they can hide. But here's the kicker. His speed takes a hit. So, while he's got that eye for spotting survivors, you might find yourself lagging behind just a little bit. But don't let that discourage you. He's got more to bring to the table. What really sets John Doe apart, though, are his traps. He can place them around the map, which makes him even more annoying for survivors. Plus, he leaves behind a damaging trail that can really ruin someone's day if they're not paying attention. It's a bit like leaving a little surprise for anyone who thinks they can just walk around unchecked. So, while John Doe might not be the quickest on his feet, if you play smart and use his abilities to their fullest, you can definitely make life difficult for the survivors. The killers in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Jason and Cool Kid. Alright, let's dive into two killers in Forsaken that are absolutely killer, in more ways than one. First up, we've got Jason, and if you thought your heart could handle a normal chase, think again. Jason has the biggest terror radius of any killer. That means the second you hear his heartbeat, you better start running, because he's coming for you. But that's not all. He also inflicts bleeding damage. So even if you think you're safe after a close call, you're still feeling that pain as you try to recover. It's a tough situation to be in, especially when Jason activates his raging pace, which gives him a speed boost and lets him reveal the aura of the survivor closest to him. If you're that survivor, good luck escaping. Then there's 00L Kid, and this killer is fast, like blink and you miss him fast. Seriously, this guy's sprinting speed will have you second-guessing whether you even have a chance to escape. On top of that, his regular speed is no slouch either, making him a real threat no matter where you are. Add in a solid 110 stamina and 27.5 DMG, and you've got yourself a powerhouse killer who can deal damage quickly and consistently. What's even more terrifying? He can attack from both melee range and long distance by throwing a block. So even if you think you're safe at a distance, nope, he can still get to you. But wait, there's more. 00L Kid doesn't stop at just running fast and throwing blocks. He can summon bots that hunt down survivors. These bots aren't just for show, they actively seek out survivors, making it even harder to stay hidden or get away. While you're trying to figure out where to hide, these bots are scurrying around, tracking you down. If you're up against 00L Kid, hiding becomes a lot less effective. So, whether you're facing Jason with his terror-inducing presence or trying to outsmart 00L Kid's relentless bots, both of these killers bring a whole lot of chaos to the game. Keep your wits about you, and remember, in Forsaken, it's not just about running. It's about surviving the madness they bring. The killers in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, 1-1-1-1-1. Alright, let's talk about 1-1-1-1 from Forsaken. This guy is an absolute nightmare for survivors. Imagine you're just trying to mind your own business, dodging monsters, when suddenly, boom, 1-1-1 shows up. Not only does he apply a brutal damage over time to anyone unlucky enough to be his target, but he can also increase that damage as he goes, making him an even bigger threat the longer you're in his sights. And if that wasn't enough, he can disable your abilities, making it nearly impossible to fight back or escape. You're pretty much stuck. But wait, it gets worse. 11111 has a ton of tricks up his sleeve. He can mess with your vision, so you're left stumbling around, barely able to see anything while he zooms around faster than ever, tracking you down. And as if things weren't already intense enough, he can summon minions to join the fun, attacking you from all sides. If you're unlucky enough to cross paths with this guy, well, let's just say it's game over unless you've got some serious skills to outsmart him. Now it's Survivor's turn. The survivors in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Chance. Alright, let's talk about Chance, the survivor who's got a little bit of a gamble to their gameplay. Imagine starting a round and you've got no idea if you're going to be hit with a huge disadvantage or a surprising boost. That's Chance for you. The first thing you'll notice is their HP. It's random. One round, you might be at full health, and the next, you could be struggling with barely any to work with. It's like flipping a coin every time you drop in, and sometimes that uncertainty can make things a lot more exciting or stressful. But here's where it gets wild. Chance's abilities come with a 50-50 twist. Every time you activate them, you've got a chance to either stack a weakness on yourself or, on the flip side, pump up your powers. It's all about that lucky roll of the dice. Sure, you might end up with a disadvantage, but when those boosts hit, you'll feel like you're on top of the world. So if you're ready to embrace the chaos and roll the dice with Chance, get ready for some unpredictable, high-stakes fun. The survivors in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Time and Shedletsky. Alright, let's dive into the B-tier characters in Forsaken. These guys might not be at the top of the rankings, but they definitely have their unique quirks that make them worth considering when you're building your squad. Let's kick things off with Time, one of the more interesting picks in this tier. Time is all about the rebirth. Yeah, you heard that right. When they come back to life, they get a whole new look, and their speed shoots up, which makes them super mobile. Oh, and did I mention they get invincibility for a short time? That's right, they become a little untouchable for a bit, giving you that extra edge when you need it most. Perfect for those tight situations where you just need to make a quick escape or dodge some serious damage. Now, let's talk about Shedletsky. This character's all about that defense. The Sentinel ability adds some serious resistance to their build, which is pretty solid for staying in the fight longer. But here's the trade-off. It does slow them down a bit. It's all about balance with Shedletsky. Not the fastest on the field, but if you want someone who can tank some hits and restore their HP both instantly and over time, this is your guy. That regeneration factor is clutch, especially in prolonged battles where you just need to outlast the enemy. So, while Time and Shedletsky might not be the flashiest or the most powerful in Forsaken, they each bring something to the table that can help turn the tide in battle. They're perfect for players who love strategy and thinking ahead, rather than just rushing in full force. They might be in the B tier, but don't sleep on them. The survivors in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, 07 and 7, Noob, and Builderman. Alright, let's dive right into it. Today, we're talking about some of the coolest A-tier characters in Forsaken, and trust me, these guys bring the heat in totally different ways. So if you're looking to step up your game, grab some popcorn, because we've got some solid picks coming your way. First up, we've got 007 and 7, the survivalist with a knack for causing confusion. This character is all about strategy and misdirection. 007 and 7 can summon a clone to distract the killer. Think of it as a little trickster that buys you some precious time. But the real magic happens when you realize 0077 can teleport and reveal the survivor standing the furthest away. It's like playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. If you're into playing mind games, 0077 is definitely your guy. Next, we've got Noob, and while the name might sound a bit humble, don't let that fool you. This survivalist comes with some serious perks. First of all, Noob boosts their own speed, making them a hard target to catch. But that's not all. While Noob gains defense, they also slow down a bit, so there's a trade-off. The kicker? Noob turns invisible, which means the killer can't see their aura. It's like ghost mode for survival, making Noob a sneaky, stealthy powerhouse that can keep the killer on their toes. Now, if you're looking for someone to play the support role and make life easier for your teammates, Builderman is your go-to character. This guy can build a sentry that attacks any nearby killers. Think of it as your very own mini-army defending you. Plus, Builderman doesn't just focus on offense. He also builds a dispenser that heals teammates, making him the ultimate team player. With Builderman on your squad, it's like having a personal bodyguard and medic rolled into one. What's great about these characters is that they all offer something different. 0077 is great for disrupting the killer's plans and controlling the map with that teleport and reveal ability. Noob is all about evasion, staying out of sight and causing chaos while keeping the killer guessing. And Builderman? Well, Builderman's all about taking care of the squad, whether that's through offense or healing. They all complement each other, making them perfect picks for a balanced team. To wrap it up, if you're serious about winning in Forsaken, these A-tier characters should definitely be on your radar. 007 and 7 will keep the killer distracted and guessing. Noob will get you out of tight spots with invisibility and speed. And Builderman will keep your team alive with his sentries and healing abilities. They're all solid, reliable choices that'll help you survive the chaos and come out on top. The survivors in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Guest 1337 and Elliot. Let's talk about some of the absolute legends in Forsaken, the characters who totally steal the show with their insane abilities. These are the survivors that can flip the tide of the game in an instant, so if you're lucky enough to play as one, you're in for a wild ride. First up, we've got Guest 1437, and trust me, this character is basically built to take the heat and dish it right back. Guest 1337 is a beast when it comes to surviving. Not only do they have 15 more HP than any other survivor, but they're also a master at blocking attacks, which gives them a speed boost. Yep, you heard that right. Block an attack, get faster. But that's not all. They can dash forward and knock the killer back, which is perfect for those tight situations where you need to buy some time. And if that wasn't enough, they can also stun killers with a punch. Talk about a powerhouse, right? If you're ever in a jam, Guest 1437 is your go-to. Now let's switch gears and talk about Elliot, the ultimate support character. If you're the kind of player who loves playing the role of the team's savior, then Elliot's your guy. They've got the ability to increase how much HP they replenish for teammates, which is huge when you're running low on health and need a quick pick-me-up. But wait, it gets even better. Elliot can actually see the aura of a survivor who's taken heavy damage, making it so much easier to help out those in need. And if you think that's impressive, Elliot can summon a pizza that heals teammates. Yep, a pizza. It's like bringing the party to the battlefield, and who doesn't love a good pizza to heal those wounds? All in all, these two are top tier for a reason. Whether you're tanking hits and stunning killers with Guest 1437, or saving your teammates and providing some pizza-powered healing with Elliot, you're guaranteed to make a difference on the field. So next time you're in Forsaken, don't sleep on these characters. They've got the skills to turn a losing game into a win. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.